This Mateus Fernandes story has taken a turn that honestly, I don't know whether to laugh or cry. Because despite interest from some of the biggest clubs in the world, the likes of Real Madrid sniffing around, the Premier League champions Arsenal, Liverpool, Paris Saint-Germain, Manchester United, it's like a who's who of world football. But the team that right now looks like it's winning the race is Tottenham Hotspur. That's right, you heard it right. All of those giants of world football, and somehow a team that has finished 17th 2 seasons in a row in the Premier League are the ones that are leading the charge. I don't know what's going on. It's like walking into a Michelin star restaurant and finding out that the bloke who ordered chips is getting served first. But it's absolutely true. Tottenham Hotspur are reportedly ready to match our £85 million valuation to try and beat Manchester United to the signing of our 21-year-old Portuguese superstar. And on top of that, I'm also going to cover off a little bit later down the track a big story about West Ham needing to follow the Cole Palmer blueprint by moving for Brighton and Hove Albion winger Amario Cozier-Duberry. Just so you know, both of these stories I pulled off of the One Football website. 2 big reports, 2 big angles, 1 massive conversation that we need to get stuck into. So, according to Daily Mail via One Football, Tottenham Hotspur are prepared to go all the way and meet our £85 million asking price for Mateus Fernandes. This is the same Mateus Fernandes who was one of the few shining lights in a season that ended in relegation. One of the most sought-after young midfielders in Europe, a player who at times carried us through games. And now Spurs, who were flirting with relegation themselves, as we know, we were competing with them right up to game 38, they're all of a sudden the ones who are pushing the hardest. But the twist is that Mateus Fernandes' reported preference is Manchester United. He wants to go to Old Trafford for the project and I guess the allure of the club itself. But Tottenham Hotspur are the ones who are acting like they want him the most. Now, if you're enjoying this content, do me a massive favour. Drop a like on this stream. Give us a hype if you've got one available. In the top left-hand corner, you can see a QR code. Give that a scan. It takes you to our YouTube subscription page. It's totally free of charge. Data safe. Literally takes a few seconds of your time. Massively helps to grow the channel. Let's get back into it. Spurs have brought in Roberto Zerbi last season. He's a manager who wants technical midfielders, ball carriers, players who can break lines. Mateus Fernandes fits that profile absolutely perfectly. Now, so far, they've rebuilt their defence with Andy Robertson, with Marcus Senesi, and a £52 million signing of Jean-Paul Van Hecke from Brighton and Hove Albion. So they are clearly backing De Zerbi, and they're trying to avoid yet another season of embarrassment. Here's the key bit, though. Tottenham Hotspur cannot offer Champions League football. Manchester United can, Arsenal can, Real Madrid can, Paris Saint-Germain can. So Tottenham Hotspur are trying to compensate with money and speed. They're basically saying, we'll pay the fee, we'll move first, and we will do whatever it takes. And that is why this story has exploded. Now, let's not forget the other names in the race. As I say, Manchester United, Arsenal, Real Madrid, Paris Saint-Germain. Elite level interest. Fernandes is 21, Portuguese, technically gifted, press resistant. He's a modern midfielder who can play in multiple roles. Clubs like Madrid and PSG don't sniff around relegated players unless they see something special, and they clearly do. But let's talk about the bit that matters most if you're a West Ham fan, and I'm guessing you are because you're on a West Ham fan YouTube channel. We have set the price at £85 million. Spurs are reportedly willing to pay it. And this is the bit where it gets a little bit awkward because, let's be entirely honest, most West Ham fans want absolutely nothing to do with Spurs. We don't like selling to them. We don't like strengthening them. We don't even like being in the same sentence at them. Let's be completely straight. But the uncomfortable reality is that if Tottenham Hotspur put the full £85 million asking price on the table, and the other clubs such as United, Arsenal, Madrid, Paris Saint-Germain, if they don't, given our financial predicament, can we really afford to say no? We're rebuilding, we're in the Championship, we need funds, we need depth, we need to reshape our entire squad. And as much as it would sting, and believe me, it would sting, turning down 85 million quid just because it's Spurs is the kind of emotional decision that could get us stuck. And that's where football and feelings collide. And right now, I'm not entirely convinced that we can afford to make decisions that are based on pride and pride alone. So let's move on to the second story that I want to cover off in this piece. And this is more about recruitment strategy. We are being linked with Brighton and Hove Albion winger Amario Cozier-Duberry. He spent last season on loan in League One with Bolton, who got promotion via the playoffs. This is where it gets interesting because Roshane Thomas of The Athletics says that Cozier-Duberry has been a long-standing West Ham target, and he isn't a new name on the radar. It isn't a panic move. We have been watching him for a few years now. There is also a little bit of an angle that you might want to know about. He played in the 2023 FA Youth Cup final for Arsenal against West Ham. So the club know him, the academy staff know him. He's been on the radar since he was a teenager. Another key detail is that Cozier-Duberry is actually a Londoner. He was born in Islington and raised in Tottenham. So he knows the city, he knows the culture, and he knows the pressure. He's not some kid who will need 6 months to settle because he would effectively be coming home. Now, this is according to Football League World's West Ham pundit, a gentleman by the name of Ryan Horn. And he's saying that we should absolutely go for him. And he makes the point that we should follow the example that was made when Chelsea signed Cole Palmer. Now, the point that Ryan Horn makes in this piece that I'm getting from the One Football website is that we currently only have as natural wingers 3 players, and 2 of them conceivably might be off in the summer window. Those players are Jared Bowen, Crescencio Somerville, and Kaibar Le Madrid. Now, given that we're about to undertake a 46-game EFL Championship season, that is clearly insufficient. If we get Cozier-Duberry in, he will give us pace. He will give us a 1v1 threat. He will give us creativity. He will give us goals. He's a player who can make something out of nothing. And crucially, he is the type of signing that a rebuilding club absolutely needs to be making. Not £40 million gambles, not that I think that we can do that, truth be told. Not aging stopgaps, not panic buys. Young, hungry, undervalued talent, exactly like Cole Palmer was. This is how you build a squad with energy and upside. Now, if Bowen and Somerville leave, or if one of them leaves, then Cozier-Duberry would become an even more important signing. And for the player himself, this is a move that makes absolute total sense. He's outgrown League One. He's proved that it's a level that he finds too easy. He is absolutely ready for the EFL Championship. I believe he would relish the chance to play for a club in London, a huge club in West Ham. And I think he would also see a clear pathway to the Premier League by season 27-28. So, in my opinion, this would be a signing that would work for everyone. So, the 2 big questions that I want to ask you guys. Would you take £85 million for Mateus Fernandes from Tottenham Hotspur, or take a lesser price from another club? And should we be following the Cole Palmer blueprint and signing Amario Cozier-Duberry? So if you get your comments in the section below, I'll be getting as many replies in as possible. Before you head off, top left-hand corner, you've got that QR code. Scan that. That will take you to our YouTube subscription page where you can subscribe to the channel. Totally free of charge, totally data safe, only takes a few seconds. And of course, don't forget to hit the like button and give us a hype if you've got one available. We'll see you next time. Come on, you Irons.